Hello, my name is Kevin Matos. I'm currently a senior here at Penn State Harrisburg, graduating in May, so I'm excited. Um, my story, my story goes back to obviously when I was a young boy. My mother had me when she was 16, so it was kind of hard just living everyday life. You know, we were bouncing around from place to place. Didn't have a father figure, so it was just me and my mom. And she was always working, so I really felt alone a lot. And I went to Holy Family School in the Bronx, New York, and my life really took a turn for the best when I was in sixth grade. There was this professor that always like picked on me to read and volunteer, and the way it was at my middle school, there was an A, B, and C group, and I was in the C group, and she just kept picking on me, and I would get frustrated. Like, why? Because sometimes I would know, sometimes I wouldn't know, and I didn't like looking like a fool. My my school was predominantly Latino and African American. Um, I noticed what she was doing, and I spoke to her, and basically she told me that she believed in me. She saw so much potential in me, and that I shouldn't be in the C group. And I was just like, wow. Like, nobody really told me that before. Like, it's really just me and my mom. I have no one else. From then on, I got really motivated and I tried to do better. And I ended up being in the A group by seventh grade. So that was pretty cool. That was a lot of personal growth. Going into high school, I went to all boys school, and that was predominantly white. I learned there, you know, you don't have to do the wrong thing to have a good time. I learned the importance of having a family and sense of like my friends, which were pretty much like my brothers because we were just all guys. And I feel like going from a predominantly Latino African American to a predominantly white school really helped me with growth and gaining diverse experiences and stuff, and that was great. And my grandmother at the time, she passed away, but she passed away when I was in high school. She was pretty much the biggest influence in my life in the sense that she gave me moralities, and she always used to tell me that, you know, I need to take care of my younger brothers because I'm the oldest. It's four of us, and it's still just me and my mom. And when I got to college, you know, I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of influential people. Despite, you know, being alone from the beginning, I made a lot of connections. And when I got here at Penn State Harrisburg, I met a group of guys that, you know, they believed in a word of that's achievement. They really believed in that, and I'm just like, why is that so important? And I started, you know, reflecting, and I started to fall in love with that word too. Like, oh, achievement, that's, you want to be successful. And I met these guys that would tell me all the time, if, you know, birds of a feather flock together. If you hang out with 9 broke people, you're bound to be the 10th. If you hang out with, you know, 9 people who are successful, ambitious, they don't have to be millionaires, but it's going to rub off on you a little bit. So I ended up becoming a part of that group, and it changed my life for the better, because just seeing from where I came from, having, you know, all odds against me, and being almost homeless, because I remember my mom and I sleeping on my aunt's floor. I was about like 7 at the time, maybe. She was sleeping at my aunt's floor for a few weeks. So it was hard, and then coming from there to now, about to graduate college, you know, being a Latino from the Bronx, New York, that's a really big achievement for me, and it all just ties into everything that I went through. With all that being said, I feel like anything is possible. It's just your mentality and your attitude. And, you know, if you fail, just fail forward and don't stop trying. And don't miss opportunities, because you miss 100% of the opportunities you don't take. And that's my story.